Hey, Kiequest here. I just went back and to town right after the last video, and I was selling stuff because I don't want to show you guys. It's kind of boring to do, but I figured that I should probably start off here so that doesn't look like you're missing anything. I chose this one because it has more consistent damage than the Ruthless support. The Ruthless support is I didn't read that add-on before. That it has increased chance or increases have base stun duration of 0.8. That's interesting, but I don't care for it. There's somewhat recently, a revamp to skills. So some of them I don't know quite what they do. Oh, that's right. I was going to show you this before. So I have this many scrolls of wisdom. So you're turning scrolls of wisdom. Actually, it's probably better to go to this person to show you. I have it here a little bit. So you use your scrolls of wisdom to buy portal scrolls. You buy portal scrolls into these ones, which cost 7. Change those ones into the next form of currency, which isn't available here. You can also use your augmentation orbs for this. And before I do anything, I'm going to go ahead and look for a shield or something here. I switched from the two-hander to this one because I had an additional third switch slot one. And also this one's damage was not quite the same, but it was close enough, so I figured I might as well switch. Okay. This one, see how it's got the red, blue, green? That's a vendor recipe that you can sell. And they have to be connected too. I don't pay. If I were to be better at this game, I would pay attention to vendor recipes more because there's a lot of helpful ones. Like one that you can take something like this mall and oh, it's even better. Oh, this one. That's even better than the one I have. 3360. Like I said, I don't know vendor recipes. Because if I did, then I would. It's definitely. There's a vendor recipe that just gives you a bunch of physical damage on these weapons. I don't know it. If I did know it. It's on the wiki though. In fact, you could probably write them down on a notepad or something and have them up. But this one I always know because partly it's the loot filter, so that way it always points them out to me. And it's a currency one. So this one's I really pay attention to. I'm looking here for any type of upgrade just to a higher tier of armor, if nothing else. So I'd use a chromatic orb to change to red, red, red if I wanted to use it. However, this one here I can just a lot more armor. Let's go ahead and buy it and try it out. Generally speaking, you don't need to do that or want to do it. But I'm just going to show you can basically. And maybe we'll get some attachment there. The chromatic orb. There's something else I mentioned in the basics videos that you don't want multiple attack skills, generally speaking. So, right now I'm using ground slam, this is my main attack, so everything I do is to support ground slam or to help me survive. So right now I'm using molten shell as a survival tool, as well as sorry, what am I talking about? Anyways, yeah, no, you're just trying to support ground slam's damage and some survival tool, as well as moving around, and then damage buffers is what you're generally speaking looking to do. So, oh, also I have it enabled in here for the by... It's always highlight? No. I don't care for having this. Some people do because they like to look at the sockets constantly, and I like looking at the art. If we're going to look at... Where is it? So this thing tells you basically what support gems can work with items that are currently equipped. For example, it shows, or for gems currently equipped, like Molten Shell here, and say that, you know, this is an attack one, so it doesn't have, it's not a support gem, so it doesn't do anything for your other gems. And this one is a attack gem as well. This one sees a support gem, and it lists as a support, and shows that it can support Ground Slam, but it can't support Molten Shell. It's got an X over it, so it means it's not interactive with each other. They don't go. These are totems. I mentioned them before. They're kind of like a stationary minion that you bring out and they do something, and it tells you very specifically what they do. And it will say if it's flat, like this one shows regenerate 12 life per second. And it will say flat. It's not actually based off like some hidden number that's actually percentage based. It's completely flat, and then there are ones that are percentage based. See, decoy totem, if you're having trouble dying, you should probably get this because it'll draw attention. It's in the beginning. Because I'm going to resolute technique, I'm not going to take our... Should I take this? I'm going to take this for now because of what it does, is it gives you accuracy as well as enemies take increased physical damage. When it says take increased, it's different from just increased. Increased is additive damage, whereas take increased is kind of like putting the enemies in the negative, and therefore acts as a multiplier, multiplier at the end of the equation, so it's actually much larger than it implies in terms of how much damage for the calculations. It's really in-depth stuff, and I believe Engineering Eternity went over it, so if you want to know more about it, you can just go watch his video like I did. Anyway, for now, it's just... I'm just going to go with this. This one won't work again, like I said, because it is on my ground slam, because it's already splashed, it's already got a big area, so you can't just do it on top of it. Instead, you get like in here, it's something like this one, which increases area damage and its area effect. This won't have a direct number manipulation on here, so it's not going to be like you get this and all of a sudden say, oh, bigger number. Instead, it's just going to be like apply it kind of just in the damage numbers at the end, which is something I feel is kind of needs to be changed a little bit, because I would like to know that this actually affects it. But at the same time, I think because it doesn't affect the initial swing, it just affects the damage as it goes out, they decided not to put it in. I don't know. But this also increases its effect as well, how large it is, and because it's an angled skill, it affects the angle and how far outward it goes. I believe it affects the angle. Nothing else affects the how far outward it goes. Now, because we're going two-handed, we're going down this way, and then we hit here. We're going to go this way. We're going to get to resolute technique. Normally I prefer going with the crit build because it just scales better in game, but going non-crit build, you can, like I've said before, can just avoid anything besides damage and anything besides, but you can avoid a bunch of additional stats. So you can avoid crit stats, you can avoid crit multiplier stats, just go for raw damage, as well as not have to worry about accuracy, because it is pretty important to have high amounts of accuracy. Also, the game calculates accuracy for you, so go ahead and see it in like offense here. Say your chances to hit monsters. Also, dual wield has stats as well. Uh-oh. Where did my... Oh no. My waypoint's gone. Spent too long talking. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and buy a belt here, and then I'll just reopen it back up once I get back to the boss. Okay. Alright, we're back to where I was. So, I was just, I was gonna mention this boss isn't very hard. However, depending on character and how fast you're trying to speedrun this, it may be harder, soft, or easy. I believe, as tough as we are, that we should just be able to face tank him for the most part. Speedrunners should typically come in here, have a bunch of setup so he dies really quick. So he's not really an issue, but also, as squishy as they are, they'll often die in like a couple hits. So that's when you just kind of basically have to dodge. Also, some of the other ones where like the witch are relatively weak when it comes to defenses, especially early on. So you can't really face tank this. It's not hard. You just kind of go in here. There's lag. See, I can just kind of take it. Oh, that was 2 big hits. Never mind. Don't completely tank him. But he's dying pretty quick. Part of it is because I got the upgraded. Oh. No. Maybe I do a bit of video at this, but I don't want to be a bit playing the game. No. Aha, there we go. It's dead. That was easy. I had it under control the entire time. Yeah. Anyways, okay, now that we've finished that, I think we're gonna get our first movement skill here. I know I've been saying that a lot because I can't remember the placement, but I believe this is the placement. I'm gonna go back to town because the waypoints are outside of that. We're gonna head and get our first movement skill, which for us is going to be after this one. Oh, there we go. Leap slam. Yeah, here we go. Also, if you have a couple choices that you want to do from that list, you can, I believe I showed it here before, you can just go over here and just re-pick up the skill here. It's not like a one-time thing. Shield charge is actually a really good movement skill. People actually use it for builds for actually fighting with. I haven't done anything like that yet. But for movement, it's really good. It's really good. So it's like if you're going to have a sword and board character, even if it's like board and wand or anything like that, as long as you have a shield in your hand, you can use it. Alright. So I'm going to end it there after the boss. Sorry for the pickup in between, but it happens. Okay, I'll see you next video. Bye.